Let's close it away. Let's. Baby.
Saying what the?
In this clip, a man is scaling an icy mountain when he suddenly encounters a frightening moment.
There!
While climbing, his safety clip unexpectedly snaps loose, sending him plunging downward. Fortunately, the final line catches just in time, narrowly preventing a deadly fall. He survived, but the outcome could have been far worse. People often say that pets like cats and dogs have the ability to sense spirits. Some brush it off as superstition, but many believe it to be true. The idea is that animals can detect light patterns that humans can't see, and spirits are said to exist within those patterns. That seems to be exactly what was caught in the clip this person recorded.
What? A shadow?
I mean, a shadow.
The woman filming grew increasingly uneasy, and calling it scary wouldn't even come close to describing the feeling. Her dog stared intently at what appeared to be space, but she couldn't shake the sense that something was actually there, and the footage seemed to back her up. If you look closely, a faint shadowy figure can be seen in the background. It looked very much like a ghost, and her dogs clearly sensed it before she did. What do you think? Were they onto something? A group hiking through West Virginia late at night spotted something unusual in the sky, and one of them managed to catch it on camera.
That's crazy. Good eye. What the?
What the hell?
Several glowing orbs drifted across the sky in a deliberate pattern, almost as if they were trying to form shapes. One viewer even noted that the first two arrangements looked like numbers, 3343232. Was this some kind of coded message, maybe even an attempt at communication from beyond? Or was it nothing more than a strange coincidence? Two friends were hanging out at one of their houses when the atmosphere suddenly felt strange. One of them mentioned feeling a cold chill, so the other pulled out a camera to start recording, just in case.
Just experienced something?
Bro, I swear to God, dude, I felt something really cold.
Really?
What? Dude, what? Oh my God.
What the? Whoa! I kid you not, there's like literally nobody in there. What?
A series of strange events quickly unfolded on camera, leading up to the most shocking part. Two objects suddenly flew off the kitchen counter on their own. No one else was in the house, and nothing nearby could have caused it. When the homeowner watched the footage back, they were left speechless. This wasn't just creaky floors or an odd chill. Something in that house clearly wanted to make its presence known. A woman was recording a video for social media when she accidentally caught something terrifying. In the background, a man was lurking, slowly moving closer with an eerie stillness. The moment he noticed the camera, he froze before quickly backing away. It wasn't until she rewatched the clip that the true horror sank in. Had he been watching her the whole time, waiting for a chance? And if the camera hadn't been there, what could have happened? In 2021, a man named Noah moved into a 138-year-old house built in 1887. Soon after, he started noticing paranormal activity, shadows moving around, and doors that had been locked now mysteriously open. After looking into the house's history, he found out it originally belonged to Judson Hood, a former mayor of Lancaster, South Carolina. Even creepier, all 4 members of Hood's family had died there. His wife, Mary Pogue Hood, died in October 1917 after falling down the stairs, exactly where the strange phenomena often happen now. One night, Noah woke up to bizarre sounds and grabbed his phone to record them.
Hello? If you can hear me, please stop. Why are you going faster? No.
Intense banging can be heard on the first floor near the stairs, then suddenly stops. This eerie event happens pretty often, every few nights.
If you could just please stop. I'm trying to sleep.
Over time, Noah got more and more annoyed by the late-night banging. One night, when he heard it again, he went downstairs, and something really unsettling occurred.
Are you trying to say something? Or are you just trying to keep annoying me? Oh. My goosebumps.
A disembodied voice can be heard near Noah, seemingly saying something like, "Hello." These strange events went on for a long time, and about 3 years later, a fire broke out in the house for unknown reasons. A rug somehow caught fire. The incident made the news, but luckily, a passerby noticed it, and the fire was put out quickly, causing minimal damage.
Heard somebody banging. I'm like, what the?
I did too. I literally went inside. I said, Noah.
After the fire department couldn't determine the cause of the blaze, and with all the other strange happenings in the house, Noah became genuinely afraid. He believed Mary's spirit was haunting the home and may have started the fire to harm him. Realizing the danger, he decided to move out. A wise choice, as shortly after the new owners moved in, something happened. Another fire broke out, this time huge. The flames consumed the entire house, leaving only the charred framework, and once again, no one could determine the cause. All they knew was that it started around 3 a.m. Luckily, no one was hurt, and the family escaped safely. So, did the Hood family continue to haunt the house after all their deaths? What do you think? While filming with his thermal night vision camera in the Canadian wilderness, a hunter spotted something unusual. Initially, he thought it was just a bird's nest, but on a second pass, a humanoid figure appeared, moving through the trees. The forest had seemed empty before, and it's nearly impossible for anyone to navigate such a remote area in total darkness without a flashlight. Strangely, the hunter didn't hear any noises, and the figure has never been seen again. After a calm day of fishing, a man stopped by a nearby public restroom, and what happened next shocked him.
Yo, what the?
What the? Bro. There's nobody in here.
Yo!
There was no one around, just silence. He stood there, confused and a little shaken. The scream was real, too clear to be imagined, yet no one was there. A couple ventured out for a hike deep into the desert. At first, everything seemed peaceful, until suddenly it wasn't.
Hello?
Out of the stillness, a desperate voice suddenly rang out. Acting on instinct, they called back, and to their surprise, the voice actually answered. Carefully, they trailed the voice, moving closer to where it seemed to come from. But just as they were about to reach it, the sound abruptly vanished, almost as if whatever had been in distress no longer was. They combed through the area and even notified the authorities, yet no sign of a person, or anything at all, was ever discovered. So what could it have been? The footage captures a terrifying burst of paranormal activity in a couple's home. What makes it worse is that this wasn't an isolated event. It's something they've been dealing with over and over again for the past month.
Maybe, I don't know, but this it's like starting to really creep me out.
Yeah, that's why I said let's put it all away.
Baby, I know. I'm just like nervous.
I'm getting upset because
We're gonna close it off. Let's close it away. Let's. Oh, baby. Baby, I was trying to put it away. What was that? What am I that? Did I hurt you, baby? Did I hurt you? Did I bump into you?
Yes.
I'm sorry, baby. I'm real sorry.
I'm done.
Baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was not my intentions, honey. Hold on.
I want to stop.
How that mother moving like that? Literally, baby, you see that?
I told you. I'm literally done with this. I'm about to just go in the other room because you're starting to piss me off.
Baby.
I don't want to play around with this anymore.
Baby, I'm telling you, I don't want to play it neither, but this is crazy, baby.
Like, are you serious?
The wife had finally had enough and believed that if they stopped giving the ghost any reason to stick around, the haunting would eventually end. As of now, there hasn't been any further update on what happened. A Reddit user shared a creepy experience from a night spent in the woods. They first heard faint giggling noises and thought it might be a coyote. But then, they saw a gray figure moving strangely around the area, running off near a tree. At first, they thought the figure was their cat, but its movements were unnatural, almost monkey-like. When they went inside, they found their cat safely resting in its bed. The creepiest part was the figure's eyes, which were very close together and reflected bright red. They posted the story on Reddit, hoping someone could identify what kind of creature it might have been. A hunter was walking toward his door when he spotted something terrifying, just in time. A giant snake was hanging from the door frame, and the Ring camera captured the chilling moment, showing how close the man came to walking right into it. Luckily, he backed away just in time before it could strike. Late one evening, a security officer was patrolling an abandoned wing of an old hospital closed for renovations. He thought he was completely alone, the silence pressing in on him. But out of the corner of his eye, he noticed a flicker of movement in the dimly lit corridor, almost missed if he hadn't been paying attention. a shadowy figure suddenly darted across the hallway and disappeared behind a wall, moving far too fast to be human. Some say it's the ghost of a former patient, tied to the hospital's haunted history. Witnesses even claim it looked headless, making many believe this was a real paranormal event. Could this really have been a restless spirit roaming the abandoned halls? While staying in Bali, a couple was startled in the middle of the night by strange noises, almost like something was climbing onto their shed.
What? That has to be inside. Okay, I'll go look.
With just a thin wooden roof separating them, the thought of a large predator breaking through kept them paralyzed in fear. They lay awake all night, uncertain of what might be moving above them. Jose Gonzalez shared some strange footage that was recorded just outside an apartment complex in Southern California. According to him, a family friend's door cam captured it right outside her apartment, and what it shows is seriously bizarre. A tiny figure that seems to walk on two legs scurries under the stairs. When a woman walks by, it presses itself against the wall to stay hidden. Then, it quickly crawls between the steps and vanishes. Strangely, it almost looks like it's wearing a tiny robe. Jose thinks the security cam might have caught a duende, a mischievous creature from Spanish and Latin American folklore, kind of like a gnome or leprechaun. What do you think it could be? Matty Magarasi, who has shared his creepy experiences living in a haunted house, says a malevolent spirit seems attached to his family's home. Over the years, countless unsettling incidents have happened inside. To keep track, Matty started a video diary, and today he shared another disturbing update.
Guys, so I decided to go downstairs and just start taking random pictures. You know, maybe I'd pick up something, or silhouette. I have no words. So I started down my stairs, nothing really. Then I moved to that hallway when I was in my out-of-body experience. Nothing really, a little shadow. Then that, like, weird orb. But wait till you see this. Bro! 2 eyes in my fireplace. 2 glowing red eyes. How is that, bro? What the?
What he recorded was truly disturbing, and no one could explain it. Some thought it might be a weird reflection, but there were no windows or glass nearby. Could it have been the ghost haunting his home? Matty himself said he had a terrible gut feeling about the whole encounter.
This DM like 150,000 times about like a lady or a demon's face or 2 eyes in this window. But when the lights are off, I don't know how it's still there. So I don't know how it could be lights. To be honest, I really don't know what it is. It's definitely weird. And like when I turn around and look back at the house, it's gone. So right there, you see it. When I turn back around, it is gone. So that's why I'm saying, like, I really don't know what it could be at all. I really don't know. People are saying it looks like a demon's face. This person said it looks like a dark-haired woman. Here it is a little zoomed in. And then this is like the people who are saying it looks like a demon's face, 2 eyes, and like a mouth open.
Some viewers even speculated, could those glowing eyes really be a demon staring back at him? Whatever it was, the haunting didn't stop there.
Literally convinced there's somebody in my bathroom. Oh my God. I just heard footsteps and I don't know what the just was. Bro. All my towels just fell. Somebody just yanked all my towels down. Bro.
It quickly became clear that Matty was dealing with something far more powerful than he first thought, an unseen force strong enough to move objects around his home.
So now seeing that, it's the same eyes that were on my balcony, in my fireplace, and I mean, come on. What else could it be? There's no technology or anything that could make lights in my closet. And then I turn on the flash, and my holy water gets thrown off.
This seemed like clear evidence that Maddie's family was being tormented by a malevolent spirit that delighted in frightening them whenever it could. Imagine being in his position. How would you handle it? Hopefully, his family will find some relief from the paranormal force haunting their home. This video was filmed by a man visiting one of Indonesia's most haunted cemeteries, said to be cursed by the spirit of a Pontianak. In local folklore, a Pontianak is the vengeful spirit of a woman who died in childbirth, and legend says this one appears at midnight to drag victims to the underworld. Skeptical, but curious, the man decides to film his late-night visit to prove there's nothing to fear. At first, everything seems normal, until he hears movement in the darkness nearby. Spooked, he shines his flashlight down a cemetery path, and what he sees stops him in his tracks.
Oh. Satu. Duduk. Satu. Dua. Sarama. Anjing. Anak lu. Tukangan.
The figure stands motionless in the beam of his flashlight, just staring at him. But when he rushes to the spot and looks around, it has completely vanished, as if it was never there. Locals who saw the footage weren't surprised. They say this is exactly how a Pontianak appears and disappears, always at midnight, always watching, always waiting. So, what do you think? Did he capture proof of Indonesia's most feared ghost, or is there another explanation for what he saw? This photo takes us back to 1956 at East Church in Kent, England, a historic building that has stood for centuries. According to Ghosts of London, the photo captured something that shouldn't have been there. What seemed like a normal shot of empty pews revealed a transparent figure sitting in one of the front pews. The ghostly outline, dressed in dark robes, appears peaceful and unaware that it was being photographed, clearly visible but translucent. The figure seems not entirely of this world. The church dates back to the 12th century, and many believe this could be the spirit of someone returning to a place that once mattered to them. The photo has become one of England's most famous ghost images, and experts say there's no evidence of tampering or double exposure. Zach S. says that just after midnight, he and his friend Brandon were exploring a tunnel in Shanks Ferry, Pennsylvania, which locals say is extremely haunted. While they're looking around, something happens that completely chills them to the bone.
What is that? I hear it sounds like boots, like wet boots walking over here.
Well, I heard that too, but did you hear the like low, like
yeah?
It's like a male.
Yeah, that's what I was describing as a growl.
It's like a male grunting.
Same. What the?
The two guys hear what sounds like someone moving in the tunnel, which really freaks them out. When they try to investigate, a loud, wailing moan suddenly comes from somewhere very close, terrifying them. They end up running, screaming back to their car in complete panic.
Same. What the?
So, did Zach and Brandon really hear a ghost stomping around and making all that noise? What do you think? A TikTok user named Carrie posted a chilling video recently. She's had encounters with the paranormal since she was 10, often seeing dark, shadowy figures in her bedroom, and they seem to have never left. Not long ago, while watching horror videos with her boyfriend, she noticed the curtains beside him moving strangely. She grabbed her phone to record, and what she captured was truly disturbing.
Oh, Jesus hell! That was. What is it doing? What is it doing? What in the?
As the camera zoomed in on the curtains, faint shapes that looked like fingerprints appeared on the fabric. Her skeptical boyfriend dismissed it, saying it was just the fan, but these weren't random movements. They looked like invisible hands pressing from the other side. Many believe that showing fear only strengthens whatever supernatural force is there. If this keeps happening, Carrie might have to face it head on, because this haunting doesn't seem to be leaving anytime soon. In a dense forest, a man has a terrifying encounter.
For whatever reason, they're pretty close to the house this morning. Just out of sight, like usual. I gotta get to the truck to get to work. I don't really want to leave this porch.
While in his cabin, he hears a deep growl echoing through the trees. Despite the menacing sound, he stays calm but hesitates, unsure of what might be waiting outside as he gets ready for work. Fortunately, the creature stays hidden. Sarah had just tucked her daughter into bed and was getting comfortable to watch TV in the living room. It was a calm, quiet night. Everything seemed normal. Then, suddenly, she heard a familiar sound from her daughter's room. A toy had started playing music on its own. Feeling confused and a bit uneasy, she grabbed her phone to capture what was happening on video.
My daughter's been asleep for 2 hours. She's all the way over there. How is this standing up perfectly upright and turned on? She can't reach that. Hi, baby. And she's dead asleep when that thing just came on. There's no way.
Sarah carefully steps into the dimly lit room, aiming her camera at the toy. It's perched upright on the desk, out of reach, playing music on its own. Shaken, she quickly turns it off, her breath unsteady from the unsettling sight. Afterwards, she mentions reaching out to paranormal experts, hoping they can explain or stop the strange happenings in her home. She's left questioning whether this is just a harmless glitch or something far more eerie. A man was out shopping, carrying his dog in his arms as he walked through the aisles. At first, everything seemed normal, but then his dog began squirming and twisting, clearly desperate to get down. Confused, the man tried to calm it, assuming it was just restless. After a few tense moments, the dog slipped from his grip and hit the floor, and what happened next was truly strange and unsettling. The video captures something invisible bending the man's finger painfully, even though no one or nothing was visibly there. What makes it especially unsettling is that ghost encounters rarely cause real physical pain. Seeing something unseen inflict actual discomfort is both frightening and unusual. The man looks shocked and confused, clearly rattled by what happened, and viewers are left wondering what could have caused such a bizarre event during an otherwise ordinary shopping trip. A mother from Arizona named Dakota has a daughter who used to have night terrors, but then Dakota realized something strange was actually happening.
Your children are having night terrors. If they're waking up in the middle of the night screaming, freaking out, I need you to watch this.
Dakota's daughter began having night terrors at a very young age, waking up screaming as if something was in her room. Concerned, Dakota asked online what might be happening, and everyone said it was just night terrors. So she dismissed it as a phase until her daughter started talking to someone, or something in the house, and Dakota began capturing unexplainable events on camera.
You know, my daughter started talking to somebody, like saying hi to things that are like 7 feet tall. Everyone says like, oh, it's just a common part of growth, or maybe it's because you and her dad are fighting. I just blew it off. Her toys would just go off by themselves.
Her daughter's toy started turning on by itself, but Dakota didn't think much of it at first, assuming it was a malfunction or just how the toy was designed, until it kept happening with other toys as well.
And I have like a post on Facebook and I'm like, hey guys, does anyone know like why this would happen? And a lot of people came up with these answers like, oh, it's the radio waves. And some people are saying it's designed, like those toys are designed to draw the attention of the kid. So I just let it go. I thought that maybe it was just designed to do that. Or maybe it was the radio waves. I just didn't pay much mind to it. But it didn't just happen once. It happened multiple times. I have multiple occasions on camera where this happened. One toy goes off, and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing this. I threw it away the next day. And I'm telling you, this toy was a toy that had like 17 different little soundtracks by Fisher-Price. It'll be like, oh, blah, 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 it's the color. Instead, what it did was... No, I threw that away. I threw that away so fast. And the next day, a different toy, and I threw it away. Each time I threw them away. I'm like, not doing this. I threw it away. A different toy went off. For 6 days, a different toy would go off. And on this piano, you have to touch multiple spots. You can't just touch one spot and the rest goes off. You have to touch multiple spots. And this piano was like, like just...
After all the strange happenings with the toys, Dakota decided to set up security cameras around the house. Not long after, one of the cameras captured something completely terrifying. A bowl suddenly falls off a shelf, but did you catch it? A pale hand seems to emerge from the shelf against the wall, pushing the bowl off before disappearing. Even creepier, after the bowl drops, Dakota's 2 dogs get up to investigate, and a third pale, gray-haired figure suddenly appears, peeking from the couch nearby. But the dogs don't seem to notice it. Dakota then adds a brief update on the video.
And you look at this video, and it is a demon baby. It disguised itself as a baby. It's my toddler's size. It has half of a face and it has hair. My daughter was bald. My daughter looked a lot like that. So who is this baby sitting on my couch with hair when I clearly went out there and didn't see anybody? After seeing that, I got spooked because something's in my house. Something's trying to torment my kid. She's been having night terrors, which do not blow off your kid. If they have night terrors, it is a spiritual attack.
Things got even stranger when Dakota had to put one of her dogs down after it became aggressive, attacking a neighbor and growling at her young daughter with a wild, wailing stare. After seeing a demonic figure that resembled her daughter, Dakota believes the dog wasn't angry at her daughter herself, but at the entity attached to her. The dog was likely stressed from encountering this figure nearly every day in the house.
One of you mentioned, like, am I sure that I didn't have another animal? I was absolutely sure that the only 2 animals that I had were the one sitting on the couch that you could see that kind of got up to investigate. This comment right here, that it's scary that my dog didn't notice it, that was my first thoughts, because I thought that kids and animals were both susceptible and sensitive to the spiritual realm. I guess not all the time. I mean, I guess same with the fact that spirits roam the earth 24/7. Just because kids don't see it 24/7 doesn't mean that they don't see them periodically. So I think that's what happened with my dogs. I think they from time to time did sense it, because unfortunately I actually put my dog down. The gray one, I ended up having to put her down because she showed signs of aggression. She ended up attacking my neighbor, and we tried to get her help. We didn't have enough money for a trainer, and we didn't have the resources. The final decision was made when she looked at my daughter and was growling at her. She had like whale eyes. She was growling at my toddler, and I thought that she wanted my daughter's toy. So I stood between her and my child. I grabbed the toy from my baby and I was just like, are you wanting this? And she looked past me to like continue growling at my daughter. And after seeing this video, because I thought maybe she was just reactive and uncomfortable with my child, but I don't think that it was my child. After seeing this video, I'm convinced that it was this entity that was attached or following my daughter around, that it was making that, that it was growling at and wanting to attack, or just being terrified of.
Dakota is certain her dog's aggression was caused by the entity connected to her daughter, along with her night terrors. Sadly, this led to her dog being put down. But the big question remains, who or what is this? For now, it's still a mystery. One night, a man walking home heard a girl crying from a dark street. Wanting to help, he followed the sound with his phone recording. At first, it looked like a girl sitting with her back to him, but as he got closer, the crying stopped and something far more terrifying took its place.
Eh, siapa? Ngapain? Kok nangis di sini? Kamu siapa? Nggak tahu. Kenapa? Kok makin kenceng sih? Hujan ini. Yuk, yuk, masuk yuk. Siapa ini? Kenapa? Yuk, yuk, masuk yuk. Kena hujan nanti, kena hujan. Yuk, kena hujan yuk. Ayo, yuk, yuk, yuk. Kena hujan nanti. Yuk, 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 masuk yuk, masuk yuk, masuk yuk. Ayo, masuk. Masuk, ayo. Ayo. Kenapa? Kamu kenapa?
The man gets closer to the girl, but she's no longer crying. She's laughing creepily. When he touches her shoulder, she turns around, and her face terrifies him so much that he runs away in panic. The footage ends there, leaving the question, was this thing pretending to be a crying girl? And how many others has it lured into that dark alley? For the past few days, Marty had been hearing strange banging noises coming from upstairs, and he knew they weren't just normal sounds. Finally, he'd had enough and decided to investigate. He brought a camera along to capture proof of whatever was going on. Here's what he found.
I'm going to record it because I've had a couple of bangs now. The last one was quite violent and it came from upstairs, and it sounded like a door being shut, and I know you don't believe me when I'm here. Oh, bathroom lights on. Oh, and our door is shut, look. So, yeah. Huh. What's that doing on and why? Alright. Oscar? Oscar? Are you in here? Is that you? Oscar? Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Man, whoa! You? What the f? Oscar? Hello? Oh, this is horrible. There's nothing in here. You can't get anything in here anyway. As you know, there's so much crap in there. This is just...
From a ball rolling on its own to doors swinging open without reason, it was clear something was interacting with the room. The real question is, what was it? There's no way it wasn't some kind of spirit. The bigger concern, though, is whether it's harmless or something darker. After all, no one wants to be dealing with an evil spirit. Brugi was living a normal life at home when, out of nowhere, strange hauntings began to take over. For a while, he couldn't make sense of what was happening, but over time, the activity grew stronger, and this video is one of the moments that revealed just how real it was.
Está dormido, ya hasta se me quiere regresar la comida. Como estético usa todo hasta allá. Imagínense qué tan grande está. O sea, real, es todo este pedazo. ¡Ay, cabrón! Seguro se grabó. No. Falta este pedazo.
He looked up into the attic and seemed completely stunned, even though nothing was clearly visible on camera. Maybe he saw something the rest of us couldn't, and it wouldn't be the first time that's happened to people. Experiences like this can actually help experts figure out what kind of spirit it might be. So hopefully Brugi reaches out to one and gets some answers. Danny was busy with chores around the house when he suddenly heard a series of knocks coming from the bathroom. Naturally curious, he went to check it out, but that decision turned out to be one he'd regret. What he first thought might be a rodent problem quickly revealed itself as something much darker. Looking back, he probably would have chosen the rodents over what he actually found. When Danny stepped into the bathroom, the knocking kept going, and sure enough, it was coming from inside the walls. He was about to head back to the living room and call the exterminator he already had on speed dial. But before he could leave, a demonic-looking figure peeked out from behind the curtain. Stunned with fear, Danny cut the video and bolted straight out of the house. Was this a glimpse into something paranormal, or just a terrifying coincidence? Eggy was forced to leave his house after a ghost started playing the piano. The terrifying part? The music didn't stop, even after he unplugged it. Scared and confused, he rode his bike to a friend's place, hoping to stay the night, only to find out they were on vacation. With no other option, he had to head back home, praying the piano had finally gone quiet. Take a look.
Ketawa aku bangsat. Baru aja sampai. Nih, masih pakai helm kan? Baru sampai. Udah disambut. Assalamualaikum. Sedap. Anjing. Stop. Hidupinnya dia. Ketawa aku bangsat. Gimana ngidupinnya woi? Oh di sini. Nah. Oh udah hidup ya. Lihat kan? Baru pun sampai kan bangsat kan. Saya lagi malas buat konten. Ini pun sedikit aja kan karena tadi baru sampai tiba-tiba hujan. Udah dengar suara-suara aneh gini. Jadi next saya nggak akan konten-konten lagi. Saya cuman fokus mau main piano. Saya mau ngulik-ngulik lagu. Jadi saya mau fokus. Apapun gangguannya terserah. Intinya saya mau main aja.
When Edgy got back, the house was even worse than before. What really freaked him out was that the spirits seemed to be talking to him, and he could actually make out the words. One of them was a religious phrase which left him confused. Was it some kind of sign from his faith, or something darker mocking it? He never did figure it out. By the next morning, everything had gone quiet, but he couldn't shake the feeling that it all meant something. He just wasn't sure what. Chamos, a popular YouTube channel, visited the abandoned Campbell Hospital, expecting it to be terrifying, and it didn't disappoint. Strange and frightening events unfolded throughout the night, but the team stayed brave, knowing a ghost wouldn't physically harm them. Here's the most chilling moment they captured.
Viu?
Não queria lembrar.
Não queria lembrar, eu entendi alguma coisa, a mulher de branco.
Mulher de branco? Tem uma mulher de branco aqui que vaga nesse local? Ó, olha só.
O cara tá estourado, ele tá aqui perto.
É, cara do céu, velho.
O cara tá estourado, ele tá aqui perto.
É, cara do céu, velho.
While they were talking about a white ghost said to haunt the hospital, the cameraman panned to the side and caught an apparition seemingly taking cover. Whether it was the exact ghost they were discussing remains unknown, but the moment was undeniably terrifying. The video was recorded by a man named Lean, who lived with his wife and 2 children. With his family frequently away for school and work, he often had the house to himself, a situation that became disturbing when he started suspecting it was haunted. He eventually called an exorcist, which successfully ended the hauntings. However, during the period before the exorcism, several unsettling clips were captured that are worth watching.
Son 3 de la mañana. Estoy escuchando ruidos de afuera. Ahí están. Esos son los ruidos que se escuchan en el patio. Voy a salir a ver. Son 3:10 de la mañana. Benjamin, te quedas aquí. Estoy escuchando ruidos desde el galpón. Como voces. Voy a ver. Están escuchando ruidos acá. Ahí dejaron de hablar.
While in his basement, Lean experienced a series of unnatural events. While recording for protection, an item fell from a shelf with no visible cause, which alone was enough to alarm him. Hoping for an early exorcism, he was disappointed when none came, and the following day, he heard laughter coming from the spare room. Curious to discover the source, he went to investigate, and what he found was shocking in the worst way.
¿Se está escuchando la risa? ¿Qué mierda? Se está moviendo el sol. Escucha eso. Quiero que vean que no hay nadie. Acá. Se está moviendo el sol solo. Como dicen que hay hilos, fíjense que no hay nada, no hay nada.
The stuffed bear was not only producing a laughing sound that seemed designed to lure Lean into the room, but it also moved as if controlled by an unseen hand. With no attachments or modifications to explain this behavior, the incident was undeniably strange and unsettling. The house of Ellen seemed like an unlikely place for paranormal activity, but this video suggests otherwise. Ellen bought the house about 2 years ago, and there were no prior reports or records of hauntings. Yet, after another 2 years of no unusual occurrences, a sudden paranormal event took place, and Ellen was fortunate enough to capture it on tape.
Son las 4:25 de la mañana y las cosas se están poniendo un poquito pesadas. Ya llevo más de media hora filmando, pero no manches. Oh my god, eso es a lo que me refiero, eso es lo que estoy hablando. Discúlpeme, pero miren la lamparita. No sé si podré captar algo más. No voy a prender la luz por lo pronto porque quiero ver si podemos captar otra cosa más. No manches. Quiero ver si podemos captar algo más que una prueba contundente que haga cambiar de opinión a todos los escépticos, a todos esos que me han puesto malos comentarios en mis videos, que dicen que esto es mentira, que yo lo hago, que yo lo preparo. Escuchen. Voy a encender un poco la luz a ver que... No manches. Claramente miré que pasó una sombra por aquí por la frente. No manches.
Setting aside everything else in the video, one moment stands out above all. At the beginning, shadows can be seen drifting across the doorway in the mirror, which is particularly unsettling because Ellen was standing still at the time, ruling him out as the source. It appears he may have captured the ghost on tape. When a Spanish woman's daughter broke one of her favorite toys, the mother bought a replacement. After a few weeks, things seemed normal, with the child's sleep patterns unaffected. But soon, something unusual about the new toy caught their attention. One day, the mother entered her child's room and made a startling discovery.
Yo tenía ideas que no se ponía a jugar con esa cosa. Y ahorita que entré otra vez, que está ahí. Me voy a acercar para que vean de lo que todos dicen que imanes y no sé qué. Estoy prácticamente enfrente de él. igual le han dicho.
The toy started mysteriously expanding and contracting, something science couldn't explain, pointing to a possible spirit. The family had no history of wrongdoing and didn't believe in the supernatural, making the haunting all the more baffling. Since the child had an imaginary friend, this may have influenced the activity. To handle it, the mother discarded the toy. Meet Dee from Dee's Dark Adventures, a daring investigator who plunges into the world's most haunted and enigmatic locations, seeking out ghosts, demons, and unexplained phenomena. In April 2025, Dee ventured into a secluded forest trail, aiming to capture anything unusual. As longtime followers know, the wilderness rarely follows the rules, and it has a way of unveiling the unexpected when you least expect it.
I just heard some weird call back there. It's still early. It could be people, I'm not sure. And then I heard whack, whack, whack. Like I said, it could be people. I don't know. I'm the only one here right now, except for that car being doing that.
The first part of Dee's trek felt entirely normal, just the usual nighttime forest sounds, crickets chirping, distant animal calls, and the occasional rustle in the underbrush as she pressed further into the woods. But the calm didn't last. Soon, faint whistling began drifting from the bushes around her. In the forest at night, such sounds could have a reasonable explanation. Another hiker, a bird, or an innocent echo through the trees.
I don't even know where it came from. Oh, God. Oh, God. Some just whizzed through there. I don't know if it was a bird or what. Or what it was. It could have been an owl. I'm not sure what that was. What's that looking at me? Hello? Hi. My name's Dee. Something's grinding its teeth. Stop it. I'm not doing this, dude.
As Dee's flashlight sliced through the darkness, its beam caught something that made her freeze. The figure was humanoid, yet there was something profoundly wrong about it. Its movements were unnatural, too fluid, too fast, and it vanished the instant the light touched it. Some might think it was just another person out for a late-night walk, but that idea quickly fell apart. Dee soon heard movement all around her. Rustling, shuffling, the unmistakable sound of something tracking her every step, and whatever it was, it radiated no sense of friendliness.
Hi. Hello. What was that? Why did it do that? Hi. Hello. Why did it do that? Why did it get dark? What was that?
As she struggled to locate the source of the voice, her flashlight fell upon something entirely unexpected.
No, dude. It's too pixelated. What is that? Hello. Hi. My name's Dee. Don't go. Hello. Hi. Why is everything moving? Dude. Dude, it just disappeared. Oh, God, dude, it just... Dude, it just like vanished. What the hell was that? There's nothing there. Okay, I'm not... Dude, I saw eyes, and then look. fully charged. Oh God, I saw eyes.
What made the experience particularly unnerving was that Dee knew roughly 30 people were camping nearby at a pavilion. She wasn't entirely alone, yet despite their proximity, she found no one, no woman, no child, no signs of activity, just an unsettlingly silent forest. The unsettling thought crept in that something out there might be mimicking a human voice to lure her deeper. There are accounts of creatures or entities capable of imitating human speech with eerie precision. Things became even stranger as Dee heard more unusual sounds. Clicking noises, low whooping calls, and other vocalizations unlike any known wildlife. To steady herself, she crouched to inspect a caterpillar on the forest floor, focusing on something small, ordinary, and harmless.
Yes, stop. Hello? I've never seen one like that. I wonder what kind of thing you're gonna turn into, but usually those hairs, I don't want to say it's this one, but I know the hairy ones with the spiky hairs, they can be painful and cause, depending on the breed, certain reactions. If you guys wouldn't mind, tell me what kind that is. Okay, I'm done, I'm leaving. 333, it's my time to go.
By now, Dee was more than ready to get out. Her equipment had begun acting strangely, with batteries draining far faster than usual, a phenomenon commonly reported during paranormal encounters. Despite the unsettling noises surrounding her and the persistent feeling of being watched and trailed, she managed to navigate her way back through the forest. Exactly what she experienced that night, however, remains a mystery. A store manager visiting at 10 p.m. to inspect the cleaning staff noticed some issues, but before he could address them, an unexpected event prevented him from doing so.
¿Qué hora es? Van a ser 10 para las 2. Y algo me tiene intrigado. Iremos a grabar. Carrito me estaba molestando harto rato y de verdad que no sé si es verdad lo que me dicen de acá. No sé qué onda. Vamos a hacérnoslo. Hay algo sí que me molesta. Conchetumare. Oh. Bacán.
At the end of the clip, a shopping cart moved on its own with no visible cause, suggesting the presence of an unseen external force, likely a spirit. In the video, a young Russian man who had recently moved into his own home was confident about the lifestyle change. However, he may have underestimated what awaited him, as just 3 days in, something unsettling occurred, and it was captured on video. Strange occurrences began happening throughout his new home, but what exactly was causing these disturbances? Was it a spirit trying to communicate, or something far more sinister lurking within the house? Check out this chilling encounter shared by the YouTube channel Tim Morozov, run by a Russian creator known for diving headfirst into life's deepest mysteries in search of truth and undeniable proof of the unknown. While Tim's channel is mostly known for spine-tingling paranormal investigations, he occasionally posts lighter projects, like custom furniture builds or van conversions. But in this clip, posted on September 18th, 2020, there's nothing lighthearted about what happens. Tim heads to spend the night in a remote, long-abandoned house, isolated, decaying, and seemingly forgotten by time. Arriving just after midnight, he steps inside without hesitation. After a quick check to confirm he's alone, he begins setting up for the night. But the moment he crosses the threshold, something changes. A heavy, oppressive feeling settles over him, an unmistakable sense that something isn't right. And soon, Tim realizes this sensation isn't just in his head.
Ножа нет.
Tim had barely stepped inside when the atmosphere started to change. Strange occurrences began almost immediately. Though visibly on edge, his curiosity kept him moving forward. Determined to uncover the truth behind the house's dark reputation, he pressed deeper into the investigation. But that determination came at a price. From that moment on, the activity intensified. Whatever was inside the house wasn't content to stay hidden. It was starting to reveal itself.
Мной выйти на контакт и меня понимаешь, подай какой-нибудь знак. Это может быть любой удар одиночной стены, например. Возможно, из-за машин. Охренеть. Возможно, из-за машин. Охренеть. Зачем ты это делаешь? Я просто с тобой хочу связаться, и все. Зачем ты это делаешь? Смысл?
Even as the unexplainable events grew stronger, Tim remained surprisingly composed, staying focused and determined to uncover the truth. But whatever was lurking in that house wasn't done with him. The further he went, the darker and more unsettling things became.
Кошка? Ты прикидываешься кошкой? Кто ты? Почему ты не хочешь со мной говорить?
Tim had finally had enough. After a moment to calm himself, he made a bold move. He went back inside, not to keep investigating, but just to grab his gear. Spending the night was out of the question. He'd seen enough. As he walked away, he knew one thing for sure. Something was haunting that place. The video was recorded in a haunted asylum by a man named Ian, and the events occurred around 1 o'clock in the morning.
Checkers board. Looks like 4 different ghosts would be sitting right there playing away. Well, I mean, I guess it's a 2-person game, so that doesn't make no sense. The other 2 are spectators. That's what it would be. If there's anyone in here, could you make a sound? Whoa, whoa. Okay. I'm pretty sure I just heard something here. Is there someone sitting at this table? If so, could you knock on it? Knock on it, just like this. Getting like a weird smell over here. I definitely didn't notice it before. It smells almost like musty, like BO. I mean, no offense. If it's one of you or however many spirits are here. Oh God, it's getting like stronger. Where the heck is that coming from? It's so freaking weird. Whew. Jeez. I'm sorry, I hope I didn't offend you. It's not what I was trying to do. If you are sitting at this table, could you make one of these pieces move? Which color are you? Red or black? That smell has not gone away yet. Whoa! 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 Oh my God! Dude, that piece just slid across the freaking table! How the hell did that happen? That is insane. Dude, that freaking red piece just moved from there all the way there. Thank you so much, whoever you are. That just blew my mind. I mean, you moved it on the wrong space.
The spirit was toying with Ian, causing him to become frightened. But what exactly was haunting the asylum that night? Was it a restless soul or something far more sinister lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to strike? A guy who's been dealing with paranormal stuff at home started recording it. One night while watching videos, he felt a hand on his back, called out, turned, and there was nobody there. Since his place is known to be haunted, he grabbed a camera after a nearby door kept moving, heard some faint tapping, then wedged the door shut. Later, there were unexplained knocks with no one outside, the kitchen TV turned itself on, clear footsteps at night, and a chair moved by itself. Some would argue it's nothing more than bad wiring, old floorboards, or the mind playing tricks. But can those things really explain doors slamming shut, footsteps in the dark, and chairs sliding on their own? Or is there something else at work here? The guard worked at a community college that carried a grim reputation, with rumors claiming several people had taken their own lives in the parking lot. This unsettling history made his patrols feel even more eerie.
Spooky if I don't. Yo, did it again. Turn on my flashlight.
One night, the bathroom began making strange noises. Toilets flushing, taps turning on and off. When he stepped inside to check, everything went silent. No one was there, and nothing looked unusual. Though unsettled, he decided to keep the job and brushed it off as his imagination mixed with the building's eerie reputation. Simon was asleep when a loud slam from his front door woke him up. Thinking someone had broken in, he quickly grabbed his phone and went to check. The door was closed, but a few of his shoes had mysteriously fallen to the floor. Puzzled, he later checked his security camera footage. And that's when the truth hit. The video showed the door opening on its own, and the shoes tumbling down with no one near them. Whatever caused it wasn't human. Was it a restless spirit trying to make itself known, or something far darker lurking in his home? And if it could open doors, what else might it be capable of? A man was home alone when he began hearing strange noises coming from upstairs. Curious? Tristan's home has been plagued by paranormal activity for years, though he only recently picked up an EMF detector and didn't even use it in this instance. One night, his cat drew his attention to the bathroom, where he saw the door handle moving as if something was trying to force it open. After several attempts, the door finally swung open. Later on, when he switched on the living room lights, a chair slid across the floor, followed by a loud knock right behind him. Was the ghost trying to make its presence known more aggressively? Could his cat be sensing things he can't? Or is this just the beginning of something darker settling into his home? A man who lives alone with his cat says he doesn't believe in ghosts, but a recent video may have made him rethink that. While preparing for bed one night, he saw his bedroom door move on its own. He grabbed his phone and asked the unseen presence to repeat it, and the door moved several times. He reacted with a mix of calm and unease before checking on his cat, who was quietly nearby.
Do it again. Do it again. Think. Do it again. Jesus Christ. The fan. Wait, the fan. Okay. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. All right. All right. That. Do it again. Do it again. Okay. Shadow? Shadow? Where is it?
Was it really a ghost playing with the door, or could his imagination have been triggered by the darkness? And what role, if any, was his mysterious cat playing in all of this? In the clip, a man was alone in a secluded room, equipped with an EMF detector, flashlight, and his faith. As he started his session, loud thuds came from the ceiling. Initially, he appeared fascinated, absorbing the eerie activity, but the situation quickly intensified. The door behind him banged repeatedly and even opened by itself, while additional noises echoed from the room beyond. The spirits, seemingly frustrated, began hurling objects at him, such as a houseplant, though they missed. The tension in the room kept rising, making the atmosphere increasingly disturbing.
Golpe arriba. Qué bueno. Madre, silbar o chiflar.
Se me puso rojo de esta vaina. Si alguna cosa, cualquier cosa grita porque creo que aquí
Ay, gonorrea. Me acaban de espantar de frente, huevón. Acá no había puerta, acá no había puerta. Queda el Facebook grabado. Ay, no. Me acaban de colocar una silla acá, weón. Energía contigo, uy, parce. Uy, no. Uy, no. ¿Cómo te llamas? Hola. Sí. Mi nombre es Felipe. Sí. ¿Quieres agredirme? Sono ahí. Uy, el baño. Manifiéstate. Alguien habló.
Were the spirits trying to warn him, or were they simply toying with him? And how much more could the haunted room escalate before it got completely out of control? This video covers a rare paranormal case at Sally's house, a historic U.S. home built in 1867 that once functioned as both the residence and medical office of Dr. Charles Finney. Legend says a young girl named Sally died after waking during surgery. Investigator Ian entered with a K2 meter and immediately heard thumping sounds. Soon, a music box turned on by itself. The thumps escalated into footsteps, and strange black orbs appeared in the basement.
I haven't even gotten the place yet, and I'm just chilled. I am just... The amount of just excitement, dread, just everything. So many different emotions. It's just a whirlwind. Locked in. Sally, are you here? I already feel like I'm just being watched. Could you manifest near this device? You don't have to be shy. It won't hurt you. Whoa. What was that? Heard like a thump sound. Is that you? Holy, there it is again. Hello? On the count of 3, could you make that sound again? 1, 2. Oh my God. Okay, okay. It wasn't quite 3, but... Alright, grab my K2 meter. I'm gonna go look, see what's going on. I'm gonna back away from the K2 a bit. Give you some space. It won't harm you. Whoa. What the? Are you trying to open this cabinet? What the heck was that? Oh, weird. There's like a rosary right here. Is that like for protection? For whatever is in this house? They even got like a Bible right there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Dude, that rosary was moving. It just moved on its own. What the? Are you moving that rosary, Sally? Not seeing anything in the photos yet. What the? Did you hear that? Hello? That sounded like music. Like twinkling music. Sally, was that you? Is it like a toy going off? If that's you, Sally, could you make that same sound you just made? All right, well, let's go up and take a look. Whoa! Where is that coming from? Is it in there? Dude, it's like a music box playing. From where, I don't know. It's coming from up here somewhere. There it is. There's the music box. Let's see if it's what I heard. This thing's like latched shut.
No way, dude. Are you serious? How? She would have had to have opened that. I'm gonna capture her again in one of these photos. Whoa, 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 whoa! Did you see that? A doorway. That is creepy on so many levels. Oh my gosh. Sally, what happened? On that night, your mom brought you here. Could you tell me what happened? I heard you don't like men. Do you not like me? Whoa, 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 whoa. What did she just say? What did she just say? Is he here right now? Sally. Who is the demon? Oh, God. Okay. No, 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 no. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Something to laugh at. Oh, what was that? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm out of here. Are there any spirits or entities that have come from this? What the heck is that? I don't know if you're seeing that, but it looks like black orbs. I'm seeing like black dots floating around this thing. Did you see that? What the hell is that? Are those like flies? Bugs? I might try to snap some pictures. Whoa, whoa. Do you see that? There's something coming out of that. This pentagram. There's some type of form rising up out of that. I can't believe I'm gonna do this. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I've got this Virgin Mary right here. I'm gonna put her on the pentagram and see if that agitates anything. I don't know. I might regret this. I don't know what this will do. Maybe it'll help. Maybe it'll help this place. Perhaps bring down some of the dark activity. All right, let's see how this goes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hello? What was that? Holy. Who did that? Who's there? That was loud. I take it you don't want me to do this. Holy. This is not good. This is not good. Dude, the energy is absolutely intense in here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did she just move? I just heard her move. Dude, I swear to God, I just seen something. Oh! She just shattered into 1,000,000 pieces. Oh, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. What the? Oh! Oh, no, 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 no. I need to get out of here right now. No, 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 no. Please. Please, 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 please. Do something. Holy. Oh! Oh, God. Oh, God. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Get me out of here now. Come on, come on, come on. Are you serious? No way. Dude. I was literally thinking about going back inside, and now I am... There's nobody in there. That light should not be on. It just came on by itself. I'm just gonna keep watching. See if the lights turn off.
Was it? Dude! Holy! She just looked through the window! She just looked out the window. She looked down. It was like she looked right at me. Like she knew I was here. And she's just waiting.
Sally, are you up there? Sally.
Oh my god. Dude, I just heard footsteps up there. They sounded like little footsteps.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are those moving? Those should not be moving.
Are the other ones moving?
There's something not right in here. Something not right at all. Hello? Sally, are you down here?
Demonic. Demonic. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Turn the lights on. Why aren't the lights working? This one just came out. Thank god. Oh, gee.
But what really lurks in Sally's house? Are these spirits truly tied to the tragic events of the past? Or is something else at play? Could anyone survive a night inside unharmed? Or is the house's dark energy far too powerful to escape? Derek had worked the late shift at the bar for years, and though he'd often heard ghost stories from staff and customers, he never believed them. One quiet night, with only the hum of the refrigeration units and the creaks of the old wooden beams breaking the silence, he was alone, carefully cleaning glasses and wiping down tables, eager to finish up and lock the place for the night. Without warning, a stool on the far side of the bar toppled over with a loud crash. Derek froze, staring at it before bolting for the exit. As he rushed out, more objects suddenly fell as if moved by an unseen force. Outside, the air felt heavy, almost charged, leaving him uneasy. The strange activity only lasted moments, but it was enough to rattle him. From then on, Derek either finished earlier or brought someone along, never again willing to be alone in the bar after hours. A man who had been dealing with unsettling activity in his home for months eventually called in a medium for answers. After inspecting the house, the medium revealed that the disturbances were linked to a haunted object the man unknowingly owned. The troubling part was that he had no idea what the object was, and even after searching, he was never able to uncover it. One of his indoor security cameras recorded two glowing orbs gliding across the room, followed by a nearby door slowly opening on its own. Moments later, a dark mist crept briefly along the floor before fading away, leaving him more unsettled than ever. Still unsure which object was responsible, he feared the disturbances would persist. The following night, instead of calming down, the activity intensified. He heard a steady purring sound outside his bedroom and assumed it was his cat, but when the animal never appeared after he called, his unease grew. Determined to capture the moment, he took out his camera.
Felix! Felix!
As he moved toward the door, a shadowy figure appeared in the narrow gap between the door and its frame. His breathing grew unsteady, and within seconds, the door slammed shut on its own, the shadow vanishing with it. The experience left him rattled, especially since the purring had sounded nearly identical to his cat, yet the cat never returned to that hallway. Even more unsettling, this wasn't the first strange event of the night. Earlier, he had noticed a shifting reflection outside his room, almost as if someone were standing in the faint light. Uneasy, he quickly snapped a photo, not knowing what he might capture. What he saw in the image made his stomach drop.
Felix.
The man captured a photo showing the clear outline of a shadowy figure on the stairs outside his room. Its form was distorted and positioned in a way that made standing there impossible, unnaturally cast against the hallway wall. He considered it one of the most terrifying things he had ever seen, because unlike a fleeting video, the photograph confirmed the entity's presence in that exact moment with chilling clarity. Afterward, the house fell silent for several days. No knocks, no figures, no strange nighttime noises. Though he briefly hoped the haunting had ended, the silence felt more like the calm before a storm. Every creak of the floor or groan of the pipes kept him tense, expecting the next disturbance. That uneasy calm ended while he was working at home, when the activity finally returned. A camera mounted in the corner of the room recorded the bathroom lights flickering off and then back on, as if an invisible hand was toying with the switch. Moments later, a door on the far side of the house slammed shut with such force that the sound echoed through every room, startling him out of his chair. The abruptness of it all made it clear. The haunting hadn't stopped at all. It had merely been waiting. Ian, known online as the Midwest Ghost Hunter, has spent years exploring abandoned buildings, historic sites, and rumored haunted locations across his region. His fascination with the paranormal has brought him face to face with countless eerie experiences, all of which he documents for his channel. This time, he set out alone to investigate an old haunted theater, armed only with his camera and determination to uncover what might be lurking inside.
Back here.
Okay, I think I'm going crazy here. I just heard a woman talking.
Ma'am? I hear you, but I don't see you. I just want to come say hi. Hello?
Oh my god. No way. That sounded like singing. I literally heard that with my own ears. That was in here. Look, there's nobody.
After hearing a strange noise, Ian cautiously made his way down the narrow halls, checking every corner for movement. Suddenly, a faint disembodied voice echoed, startling him, but also driving him to press on. Moments later, soft singing floated through the theater, unnerving and impossible given the silence of the supposedly empty building. Ian froze, listening as the camera kept rolling. The clip cuts off there, leaving the mystery unanswered. Just after midnight, Leandro was in bed when he heard deliberate sounding rustling from the back room. At first, he thought something had fallen, but the noises continued. Feeling curious and uneasy, he grabbed his phone and went to investigate.
Será que é gato que tá aqui? Mexendo nas coisas? Mas não tem ninguém aqui. Ai, caramba. Acho que tem alguém aí. Que isso? Para! Que isso? Quem tá aí? Tranquei. Meu Deus, cara. Mãe.
O que tá acontecendo?
Não sei. Parece que tem alguém aqui.
Nossa, tem que parar desses vídeos aqui. Tô com medo já dessas coisas. Não tem ninguém,
Mas...
tem batendo na porta.
When Leandro opened the door, the whole room was trashed. Stuff thrown everywhere like an animal had gone wild in there. The weird part, he doesn't even have a cat. Freaked out, he closed the door, but then the handle started shaking like something was trying to get out. He yanked it open again, and suddenly, everything was calm. Nothing moving at all. He also checked the back door, but it was locked up tight. That made him question, did whatever it was just disappear in front of him? Was it lurking somewhere unseen, keeping an eye on him, or had it never really left the room in the first place? This doll carried a dark reputation long before a collector acquired it. Dating back to World War II, it was once used by a ventriloquist who performed at military bases to entertain soldiers. But the performer died suddenly under mysterious circumstances mid-tour, and the doll was never used again. Over the years, it passed through several owners, all reporting strange activity, unsettling noises at night, whispers in empty rooms, and even claims of the doll moving on its own. Eventually, its head was sealed in a glass display case to keep it secure and untouched. When the camera focuses on the display, the doll's eyes, meant to stay permanently shut, suddenly spring open. At that exact moment, the glass door creaks open on its own. Moments later, the eyes slide closed again, and the door moves once more. Collectors who have seen the video claim it proves the doll is still haunted, with some warning that it should never be taken out of its case. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.